Day, everyone. Happy Pride Month.
Hold on. Sorry. Oh, there's a lot of sounds going on in my ears. Sorry, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hi.
Got a lot of sounds. You good?
Yeah, I had some people streams pulled up, and then I was
Oh,
trying
okay,
to
okay.
get some tasks done that I need to get done for this week. Um it's a busy week for me, so yeah, I was multitasking, but I'm good now.
So what you're saying is it's kind of stressful on the mental, would you say?
A little bit, yeah. I
A
got a
little
lot of
bit.
stuff going on in the membrane up there.
I feel. Well, hopefully,
Mm.
hopefully one of these sessions may even speak to you and help you out at some point.
I think that when we sit down, we talk about mental health, that it's helpful in general because I think that talking through issues and things helps people figure out their own processes and how they process things and deal with things. So I think even if what we're talking about doesn't directly relate to me or anyone who's listening, it always makes us think and process. And I think that in general is helpful for people because emotions are hard and complicated.
Man, she coming in here spitting facts, y'all. She's spitting facts now, but for real though, like it really is like that, and I think that's what everybody can kind of relate to with mental health in a way too. Like they always find something that kind of draws them toward like a similarity or some kind of comfort.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I think it's pretty cool, and it I feel like it definitely helps out. It
Yeah.
definitely, I'd say, because like it gives you that option to kind of, I feel like I should change. Let me change my playlist. Actually, I think I'm feeling kind of lo-fi for this. I was
Definitely a lo-fi vibe.
yeah. Let's
I don't
do
know what you. I was like, I don't know what you play off of, but I have this
Spotify.
lo-fi. Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know where you're playing off
Oh,
of, but I do have
unless you
this.
have something on YouTube. You have
I
something on
do
you.
have something on YouTube that I like,
Okay, hold on.
so I
My
can send you the
burp
link.
screen on. Yeah. Send me the link. I'm gonna log into my
Okay.
YouTube real quick.
I just love it because it's supposed to be like nice Afro lo-fi, and it's like a manifesting one. So I
Okay.
listen to it a lot. It doesn't have any words. It's just
No, that's fine.
kind of the vibe,
Yeah,
you know?
because I normally listen to, when I'm on stream, for the most part,
Mhm.
the two playlists I play, they don't even have words. Well, I mean, there's phrases every now and then, I guess, for some of them,
Mhm.
but like
Mhm.
nothing like, yeah, you know.
Oh, I can't message in here. Oh, I can. I can. I was like, what? There we go.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Okay. Eh, eh.
It's just very chill. It's very like a mix between
Ooh.
lo-fi and like jazzy. It's very comforting and it just yeah.
Look at you
It
putting
makes
me on.
and it's a live thing, so it's live
Right, yeah.
24/7. They have new stuff all the time. Um,
Available on all platforms. Let's go.
so yeah. But
Nice.
as someone who like, does therapy, I feel like um sometimes you don't even know how you're feeling until you start having to actually talk about it and explain it to people. So that's why I just feel like having conversations, whether you go into it thinking that you're going to get something out of it or not, sometimes even just like someone mentioning something or actually having to express your feelings about something, like can be revelationary to someone, to you, to whoever. So, yeah, this is important to talk about how we feel. Unfortunately for me, because I'm a person who doesn't like to talk about feelings, which I mean, apparently y'all would have no idea because I'm always talking about feelings on here, but don't really like it.
Right. Says she doesn't like it. Right, right.
I don't, because I think that feelings are messy. Apparently, this is just gonna be at me. I've never liked talking about feelings because I feel like they're messy, and I feel like when you talk about them, you harp on them. So I am someone who suppresses emotions a lot. And so sometimes it takes me to like days or weeks to process things. Um, and so, haha, that's part of the reason I'm in therapy. Um, but I think that it's important because there's so many things that I've learned about myself in this process, and it's generally made me a better human being. So I just encourage everybody to do the hard work because it's fucking hard work.
For real. Okay, hold on. Oh, whoops. There we go. Damn, hold on. I turned that down. It's still just a bit loud. Hold on.
It's okay,
No,
Inception.
yeah, no, the music. Like, I turned it down, but because I didn't want it to, like, overpower our voices. Kind of just nice set in the mood. I like it, though. It's a nice
Of course.
vibe.
Thank you. I like it a lot.
But yeah, actually, because like I guess going back to what we said, kind of about like kind of what makes you comfort something that you find comforting, then it kind of helps you. It because like for me, that's how it was when I was when I got into like Twitter, into Twitch, like when I first found out about it, because like honestly, I didn't even really know about Twitch. Like I just knew like I knew there was the people streamed on it, but I don't know. I just know about YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTubers, but
Mm-hmm.
it's really cool. It's just another thing that you kind of find comfort in is just streamers streaming games, content, stuff that you like to watch that's funny, makes you laugh, kind of gets you away from the mood like that you're feeling, and kind of gets you out of like the funk that you feel like a lot. So,
Yeah, and I think for me though, my tactic is to hide my feelings.
mm-hmm,
So I think that having escapes is beautiful and necessary because emotions in life are hard.
mm-hmm,
However, I think that us sitting here and using those as coping mechanisms without doing the hard work of actually confronting how we feel and our emotions is detrimental to our mental health and detrimental to our growth as people. And
mm-hmm,
I think that a lot of times that we use things to bury our feelings and not to have to address the problem. And I think that that's why a lot of people as adults don't know how to adequately express their emotions or feelings or lack emotional intelligence because instead of like us teaching each other how to get in touch with our emotions and effectively communicate them to each other and to ourselves, we suppress them because we don't want to be a burden or there's so many different
mm-hmm,
reasons.
mm-hmm,
um
mm-hmm.
but I think that as much as having distractions is helpful, it can also do the exact opposite.
Yeah, yeah, very true, very true.
So
Because yeah,
gotta be a good mix.
yeah, you're definitely spitting nothing but facts, legit, just straight fire, just spewing out your mouth like. But no, but seriously though, yeah, because you can't escape into the distractions. Like you
Hmm.
can't let it just be like that, just an escape. Like
Hmm.
yeah, you can enjoy it, but you also have to like. Eventually, we all come back to reality. Like
Exactly.
it all sets back in, and it's like okay. So it's like, what can you use to like help you focus that energy into your mental health. You know what I mean? So like
Hmm.
what can that benefit from you? Like you got this feeling that you haven't had, and it's like, okay, well, how can I apply that into my like everyday life, or maybe just to what I'm trying to what's the word how's the word I'm trying to say, I guess, like to figure out like what's actually going on up there, like, and
Hmm.
what actually needs to be discussed, pretty much, like, because
Hmm.
it's like you said, it's you can't you pretty much can't let it escape into reality, or you can't let it be just an escape. You literally come back to reality. You have to remember, okay, you got to come back and you have to deal with this, because if you don't, like, it's the typical thing where you just bottle it up and it just gets worse and worse. The more you wait, the more you don't do anything about it. So it definitely a balance. So I think,
Yeah.
because it's like you have to kind of find the time to be able to take care of your mental and still do your everyday life,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think, yeah, it's super important. Um, and just in general, I feel like, you know, like you said, there's coming back to reality, and it's really hard to get to the places that you want to get when your own mental space is holding you back. And just that, we have one, the way that I look at it is I understand all of this is hard work and talking about mental and being, I mean, I had a therapy session today where I literally like ended it and my therapist was like, how do you feel? I'm like, I'm so exhausted, I need a nap. Just from like dealing with emotions and feelings and thoughts. It's can be overwhelming and a lot. Um, but like, just imagine if you're not doing the work and you're always miserable. We have one life depending on how you view it, and even if you feel like there's reincarnation, right? Normally people don't remember their past lives.
Right.
So we have literally this life, this one time of existence that we will remember and this moment, and it would be awful, just terrible and tragic to be miserable for that whole existence. So it's important. It's very important. Um, if we have one life to live, it should be a good one.
Yeah.
I think mental health is part of that.
And see, that just goes into a whole nother thing. Oh my god. The reincarnation. Yeah, you said that and I'm just like,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm
I
like,
didn't.
no,
I
no,
didn't want
no.
to be disrespectful
No,
to
no,
anyone's
no, no,
like
no.
beliefs.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah. No. Because, like, I mean, it's like, I feel like you should always have an open mind about stuff like that, because it's kind of like the unknown. It's, we don't really know.
we don't know anything, and I think
Yeah.
that everyone is flying by the seat of their pants because literally we have to. There's no one who has died and come back and made a textbook like, hey, this is what happens when you fucking cross the rainbow bridge, right? So we're all just kind of flying by the seat of our pants, going with what we believe is correct or what we feel like our spirit believes is correct. And so I really just want to make it a space where people don't feel like I can't, well, she said this or she said that or they said this or that, so they don't feel comfortable. So that's why I'm just like, listen, whatever you believe in, the whole point is there's going to be one life in this instance that you remember. So let's like not have that be like a terrible and exhausting existence, right?
It's like, let's not repeat history. Let's not keep, like I said, it just, oh god, that's see, this is why we need to have a podcast for stuff like that. We could just go rant about the shit, because yeah, yeah.
I mean, I used to have a podcast and I ranted about a whole bunch of shit
I
about
know. That's
uh
that's why I told you that we need to talk about it. So y'all stay tuned.
mental.
Like, this is why I wanted to start this. I want this. I've already told you. I've been saying this. Like, I wanted to branch out and do other things outside of gaming as well. As much as I love gaming, I love gaming. Like, I'm
Yes.
literally yes, I love gaming so much. Like, it's about to be 9 o'clock and my cousin is playing Diablo right now. So I am literally doing this because I genuinely want to do this. And I have to have the balance. I'm trying to find the balance. It's like you gotta it's kind of like you just have to start prioritizing stuff. Like setting dates, setting like a checklist, a to-do list, anything. Something as
Oh,
simple as
look at
that.
you. you're sounding like me with your fucking checklist.
I mean, I really only use a check. Well, I mean, I do have checklists for even my stream stuff. Yeah, I have all kind of stuff. I'm telling, yeah. So look, mental health Mondays, guys. Make you a to do list. Legit, it works. Just make a to do list. If you just
Hi,
write
Nick.
down,
How are you?
hey, what's up, Nick? How's it going? Hope you're doing well, staying hydrated. Good to see
Yeah,
you. Good to see
but
you.
sorry for cutting you off. But
No,
yeah,
no,
no,
no, no. It's okay.
I listen. So I told Dom, he was like, I have so much shit to do. I'm like, listen, make a fucking list every single day. If you don't, and for me especially, what I do is I make a list for the month. So I make like a calendar, and then
Mhm.
and I figure out what I have to
God, I
do
just
or
need to
what
get a
has to be
calendar, I
completed.
guess. I just need to get a calendar.
If it makes you feel better, I do mine in Excel. And so
Okay.
what I do is I make like my little calendar, like a little spreadsheet calendar looking thing, and I
Hmm.
write out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I put the dates on the other side, like a table. And
Hmm.
then each day, um, I think about everything that I have to get accomplished in that month, and each day
Hmm.
I kind of give myself a deadline so that that way I know what's coming up. I have a good idea of when it needs to get done,
She's
and I don't feel so
she's
stressed about
making
I
a
have so many
plan, y'all. But
things.
you see how small it starts off? Just to start a plan, all you have to make is a to-do list. And it's kind of like things start, they kind of start falling into place, I feel, because when you
And you
actually
just feel so good.
yeah, still hanging on. How about you? I'm doing good, Nick. We made it through Monday. We made it through
Woo,
Monday. Happy
Monday.
Pride Month. Happy Mental Health Mondays. Appreciate you for being here. Hope your day was good. And if not, I hope it gets better because I know it's rough out there. You know, we're
Definitely
we're on the
is.
subject of mental health, so we know how rough mental health can be.
And I feel like for me, especially because I have ADHD, so I get really sidetracked very easily. Like, I mean, like seriously, I will walk into a room to do one thing, see something else, do a completely different thing, and then forget why I walked in that room to do the thing that I was supposed to do the whole time. Like that is literally the reason I'm here, and I didn't do it.
Oh
Um,
man.
so for me, lists are like, girl, you need a list, so because you need to remember what you need to fucking do.
And it's like, because
So
before you leave that room.
but I need to do this. I need to get this done. So for me, not even like it's literally how I function because I can't function without it because my brain is like "Ugh." And it also feels very accomplishing like once you get something checked off of your list like I finished this.
Hmm.
It's so good. And I have like a system, I have a color coding system. So when
Hmm.
I'm working on something, it turns yellow. When I've decided that I don't need to do something anymore, it turns red. If I finish it, it's green. I mean like I am like a fucking machine in here. It's helpful. It's really helpful.
Look.
If you guys have any issues with like saying on top of things or forgetting things, I highly recommend.
um the thing that Missy was doing, that was
Yeah,
awesome. I actually really like
yeah.
that.
I know our friend Missy, radio at 10 at night. Well, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? I'm not sure.
Right. I
Um,
mean, hey, we're just here for Mental Health Mondays, man.
Missy used to do this. Our one of our streamer friends, Missy's right now. She's on a sabbatical, but she'll be back. One of the things that she does is productivity streams, and so what she does is that she guides kind of the workflow of the hours that she's live. So let's say that she starts her stream is from 3 to 5. She will set working times and break times. So you'll work for 30 minutes, take a 5 minute break. Work for 30 minutes, make it to take a 5 minute break. And then she also has a list where you can add your assignments to that list so you can see what you're working on and then you can check it off. And I feel like it feels so accomplishing when you can check something off the list.
Hmm.
Like I actually fucking focused today and did shit. Woo, go me.
Look, I had no option not to focus. I was
Mm-hmm.
driving all day today. Today was a driving
Yeah.
day for me. Yeah, I had two move-ins. I manage properties like all over DFW, but this property is like an hour and a half away. So I had to move in the morning, and then I had to move in at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So, and it was at the same property, and I wasn't gonna stay. I didn't have anything to do for 5 hours. I wasn't gonna stay over there.
That's crazy. I
Yeah.
don't know. I would have found some, like, I don't know, something to do.
Uh,
I'm that person. I'm like, once I leave the house, if I go back home, I'm not fucking coming out. So I would have been like, you
well,
don't need me to look at other properties. You don't need me
well,
to do.
I was about to say your job is way different than mine as far as at least what our job descriptions do.
Oh, definitely. It's a
Yeah.
lot different. For
Yeah.
you guys who don't know, I work in event management and
Yeah.
planning. So I do a lot of different things
Hmm.
basically. But most of it is working with vendors and working with our team to create conferences and virtual events. So very vastly different things. I don't have to be on site a lot. I do
Hmm.
travel though, a lot more than, well, let me say, I travel more out of state than he does because I'm
Hmm.
going to like visit venues and stuff, which is kind of cool. I like being able to travel because I like going and
Yeah,
visiting
she's
and seeing
cool.
new
She gets to
places.
go visit and see new places. She's so cool.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
She
I
is.
mean,
But yeah, and I work in property management, so like I deal with people for a living.
yeah, dealing with people is not that fun. I
It's
still have
not
to. I was
always
like, I
fun.
still
It's
have to
not.
deal with people, but mine's less interaction because it's more with vendors, and vendors are going to be on their best behavior because
Must
they
be
obviously want your
nice.
they want your business, so of course they're
Well,
going to be on their best
well,
behavior.
y'all must be a well-established company because our property probably hasn't gone there yet because gotten there yet. We're still kind of a small company because some of these vendors, man, it's just not as communicative. And I told you about the situation that happened like
Yeah.
last week, so it's very nerve-wracking to just have to keep asking things over and over. It's like it'd just be nice if, since they're doing the work, I can be updated so I can tell the resident instead of the resident having to tell me, well, where are they at?
No, that
Let
makes
me,
sense.
yeah. So,
Yeah, we are a little bit more established. We've been, I
mhm.
think, since like the early 2000s. We also are kind of even though we're nonprofit, we're a pretty lucrative nonprofit. So we can be cheap, but on some things they don't like to skimp. So, um, we have the capital to enlist who we think can do the job best. And I think sometimes with smaller businesses, that's hard because you have to go with who's in your budget versus our budget is probably a lot larger than yours, even though we're only a
Mhm.
group of like 12 or 12 people.
Mhm. If you want
Uh,
to be a locomotive engineer, you kind of have to travel out of state pretty often. Yeah, true. Do you
do you guys
guys
know what being a locomotive engineer means? I'm gonna assume that you work on trains and train tracks
uh
and setting that
and
type
I'm
of shit up.
I'm assuming you have to like travel to them and fix them. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
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 that's what I would assume. Yeah,
yeah.
because
That's kind of what I
when I
think
think
too.
of an engineer, yeah, that's what I think of. Yeah.
Building things,
Hmm.
using the noggin up there,
Using that good old noggin.
you know.
But
But that seems kind of cool, but also like very manual. I don't know if I would like that. I get my nails done and stuff.
right. Working on trains and traveling just about anywhere in the U.S. to deliver cargo. Oh, so they
Mm,
drive the trains. Gotcha. Oh,
gotcha.
and they
Okay.
work on them. Okay, gotcha. They have the best of both worlds.
You get the best of both worlds. Thinking everything is so, and then you rock out the show. I think that's Miley Cyrus.
This the ADHD in effect right there.
Well, you said a word, and the word triggered something.
Triggered, yeah, it
Sorry.
triggered her
Uh,
childhood, y'all. She got traumatized in a good way.
Oh my god. No. Don't say that. I mean, I was traumatized, but like,
I mean,
don't put it like
well,
that.
because like you sang the song, but some people would get like
But
traumatized in situations like that. That's why I
I
was.
think you mean more like what's the word I'm looking for? Like uh, um influenced. Well, when I
Yeah,
say working on a
sure.
locomotive just to drive it, but it's still a very complicated process. Oh,
Oh,
okay,
okay,
got
gotcha.
you.
Gotcha. That's what I
That
thought.
makes sense.
Okay, well.
Yeah, definitely. That's cool. Uh, It's still kind of manual, but way less manual than I thought. Um, but that feels like you'll be gone a long time away. Are you close with your family? Like, will you miss your family? Because it just feels
Mm,
like you know, like truck drivers sometimes are gone for weeks at a time.
right,
They come
because they
back
had to,
home.
yeah. Ooh.
Hmm.
What's up,
Oh,
Braden?
it's a hi,
How's it
Brayden.
going? How's it going? Hope you're doing well, staying hydrated.
Oh, but I guess we should also address what Candy said in our mental
Right,
health.
right. What was it? Self
Um,
compassion, right?
yeah, she said self compassion. Yep.
Okay, and I'm
Mhm.
just gonna
Mhm.
do this just for educational purposes. Self compassion. It's kindness towards oneself. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, self compassion is one of those things that comes along with, I feel, in my opinion,
Mhm.
because I went through this,
Mhm.
going through like your own self love and your self journey, which
Mhm.
I still say every day that I'm going through my journey, because life
Mhm.
is a journey. I feel.
Oh, here we go. Life is a
Oh my
highway.
god.
I'm gonna ride it all
I
night
said life is a
long.
journey, and she heard life is a highway.
Listen, you said life is a, and then it just went from there. Like the first couple words was like, that's it. That's all I need.
Oh my
I can
goodness.
carry this anywhere you want to go now. Um, but
Triggered.
but no, definitely I know I understand the whole um you know, self-love, self
Mm-hmm.
whatever journey. I totally
Mm-hmm.
get it. I'm still working on that kind of stuff myself.
Yeah, I mean,
Um
I guess it just comes with the point of when you deal with everything that you've been dealt with finally. Like, at least like this
mhm.
that's kind of how it was for me. I definitely dealt with a lot in my lifetime so far,
Mhm.
and it kind of, during quarantine is when I finally kind of took a look at my life and what was going on
Mhm.
with me and what was
Mhm.
important and what was actually going on with me. Like, I didn't even realize I was dealing with mental health until
Mhm.
quarantine started. Like, being home, just gotten out of a toxic relationship, and just
Now
dealing
you're in
with the.
another one. Ugh.
Oh, what?
I'm joking. I said now and now you're in another
I
one.
was about to
Ugh.
say, excuse me, I'm in a what?
I'm gonna say it's news to me. If you would have been like, yeah, I totally am, I'd be like, oh wow, I'm sorry. I didn't know, you know that.
When you work in the field, you get less work days than most jobs in the field. You have less work days for obvious reasons, such as work hours and the amount of time working. You could spend days or weeks on the rails. Yeah, true, true, true. Very true, very true. Um, but yeah, so I finally, like I said, just dealing with yourself and looking at yourself and just finally getting to the point and just feeling like this is me, this is who I am, just accepting yourself and just
Hmm.
loving yourself for who you really are. Like,
That's
yeah,
hard though.
yeah, it is. Cause like you really have to look at it and be like, I did a lot of shit like
Yeah.
back in the day.
So
And like, it's like,
yeah. So how do you have compassion for yourself in the midst of that? Because sometimes self love isn't just like, oh, I need to I love myself. Like it's like I actively hate myself and I can't
yeah,
stand this. You know what I mean? So how do you come
I,
to the point where you figure out how to do things in steps?
I
And what
guess
are the steps?
I just got to the point where I just started doing things that I loved. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I just started. I was already, a gamer and playing games, but I didn't
Mm-hmm.
stream as much. I streamed a lot on YouTube. I
Mm-hmm.
streamed every now and then. I didn't get anybody. I just did it because I wanted to stream. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
that's the whole reason that I stream. I stream because I want to stream. I feel like people don't like they're like, oh, I need to make money or I need to be famous. Like stream
yeah.
because you want it or do things because you want to do them. And when you really put your effort into them and your time and it's what you're meant to do, it will happen in its time. And that's how I feel about things. I feel like when you start doing things for the wrong reasons, it never works out the way that you want it to work out. But that's my personal philosophy. For me, yeah, for me, it's a little different. When we're talking about self-compassion, um, I think that it's important to maybe, let me explain like this. Go outside of yourself, right? And for me, because I still have a lot of like self-work, self-love, whatever,
which is
to
okay,
do.
which that's totally
Which
fine.
is fine. This is
Yeah,
fine.
hey.
But let me tell you how it works for me. So for me, I am a perfectionist. I expect perfection from everyone and in every part of my life and at everything. But I do notice that I tend to be more grace giving to others and more understanding towards others. And so what I had to start doing was I had to start looking at me how I look at other people. And imagine me as my child, like as a child. Imagine me as if I am my child, not me. And think about how would I react if a child did the same thing that I just did, or if someone else did the same thing that I just did, right? Because that's, if you can't give yourself grace, how are you giving anybody else that grace? Because you have to live with yourself 24/7. You're literally in your mind every fucking day thinking about things, doing things, and you know what you have to go through. You know the amount of stress, the amount of things. You know that. So how can you afford and be so nice to others and be so unkind to yourself? So really, sometimes it takes looking at yourself as a completely different person, different human being, and remembering how would you react to that, and then affording yourself that same grace. Because sometimes it's hard to just be in yourself and be like, I should have known this, I should have done this, I should have whatever. Okay, but what if you didn't know? What if you weren't in the greatest headspace? So you didn't make the right decisions, right? These are things that you should think about when you are talking to yourself with care, even if you don't love yourself yet, right? Talk to yourself in a way that you want to be talked to. Because I'm also a firm believer that you manifest the treatment that you give to yourself, right? So if you treat yourself terribly and you are down on yourself, right? That's the treatment that you're going to bring in from the people around you.
And
You're
that's
going
the
to
treatment
find
that you'll
people.
like expect or accept. Like,
Exactly. You're going to bring in people that treat you like that, right? Because that's the energy that you give off. Like, I'm not worthy. I am not good enough, right? So then you're going to get people who think that, like, you're below them, that you're not worthy of effort, you're not worthy of change, right? And then you're sitting here like, see, it's like a perpetual cycle. I'm not worthy of this. They're like, they've shown me that I'm not worthy of this, so obviously it must be true. And it's just a cycle. And so in order to make sure that you are in a place where you can be fostered into growth and that you can offer yourself the love at some point that you deserve, I think that you have to start talking to yourself and thinking of yourself as like a third person, kind of. It's very helpful when you can't love yourself to remove yourself from the equation, right? And talk to yourself like you're talking to your best friend.
Because like that's was I gonna cut in it? Yeah, like shit, I lost my point.
It's okay. You talk to yourself all the time in a good way or a bad way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. My point. A mix. Okay. My point. Shit. I kind of lost it again.
Take your time. Take your time. The only person who has something to do today is you. So
True.
sometimes good and sometimes
Oh,
bad.
right. So, like, I had an issue with like always putting others before myself.
Mm.
So, like kind of worried about their happiness and not really mine. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess like I kind of put myself in a position where I felt like maybe I deserved to be treated like shit, I guess, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And
Mm-hmm.
so, I had to deal with all that shit, like, I had to actually talk to myself and be like, I wasn't treated right. Like, I shouldn't have been treated the way that I was treated. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't deserve that. Like, I really
Mm-hmm.
had to think about all the shit that I went through. I was like, I didn't deserve that. Like, yeah, some of this stuff was messed up, but the fact that, like, this situation was going on and I was doing this and I was coming home and all of this stuff, and it's just like I had to think about everything. I'm like, nah, I didn't deserve that. And
Oh.
yeah, like I had to deal with that during quarantine. So, and I'm still dealing with
Mm-hmm.
my mental health, but it's definitely a lot better now. Sometimes good and
Mm-hmm.
bad. Same, I don't really care about my happiness as long as someone else gets to be happy. See? And
Uh,
see, you
that's
don't
not
that's not a yeah,
healthy.
that's not a healthy mind state. To have
That's not
that,
healthy.
yeah, to think like that is gonna put yourself in so
But to
much mental strain.
But think about it this way, right? If we really have one life, no reincarnations, no spirit, no nothing, when we just die, we cease to exist. Do you want your only existence to be for other people?
Exactly.
I feel like we use the word selfish in the wrong way. Like, selfish can be good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes you have to be selfish because other people, if you don't put yourself first, other people won't. And that's
Exactly.
completely fine, right? It's especially if it's not to the detriment of other people. If you're in a toxic relationship, right, and they're beating on you, you leaving does not uh, negatively affect the other person. They can figure out their own shit of why they need to put their hands on you to express themselves, right? So it's good in some situations to be selfish, and you should be, because you deserve to be.
Yeah, and there's a song by Price, and it's called "Selfish." And to quote him, "Some days I just gotta do what's best for me. Am I selfish? I can't help it. I can't help it. Nowadays, I just gotta protect my peace. Am I selfish? I can't help it. Some days I wake up and I tell myself, no, what did he say? I tell myself I'm amazing. I tell myself that I'm worthy. I put too many negative thoughts in my mind. I feel it. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, that song, I love that song. I love it because of the message it has. And music, that is another thing. Hold on. Hold
Holding.
on. I'm trying to keep markers on my stream too. Oh my god, it's not working on my laptop for some reason. Whatever.
You're
But yeah,
good because I don't keep no markers. I'm letting it fly.
yeah. I think is it. How is this name spelled? I don't. I think it's just
I
spelled
don't know.
Price. Let me see.
I don't even know who you're talking about, to be fair.
In fact, here I'm gonna put it on the stream so you can see it.
But definitely, you just gotta, in order to change though, you have to change your whole mindset. And sometimes that also means changing the people around you, which is hard. So, my advice would be to listen to podcasts and listen to music that inspires you, that helps you manifest the life that you want, create the life that you want. Like, I just heard a song today and I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be my manifestation song. Like, I'm gonna use this to manifest for everything I want. Because it was just like, I heard the lyrics and I was like, this is exactly what I want. Like, this is exactly what I need. So just be the energy that you want. Like, let's say you want to be a good person for everybody else, right? You have to use that energy. You have to be like, I love myself. I'm a good person. And then you attract good people, and that you can be a good light in their life. So, you know,
Yeah, and yeah, I linked the song in the chat. Oh wow, my markers are doing errors on even my computer. All right, whatever. Something's wrong with the markers.
Oh no, I just saw that.
Yeah, it's whatever. Can't do too much about it.
It's
But
okay.
yeah. but yeah, I that's why a lot of the music that I listen to reflects like it reflects the message that I also am trying to pass on and the good that I'm trying to do. And cuz like I listen to what you know this Danny, I listen to Logic and Logic talks
Mm-hmm.
about peace, love and positivity all the time. He is a very much love. He's very in tune with his fans. He's a down to earth guy, great vibes, and just spreads them. And
Be in love with him.
he has this whole fan base. Like, you know, hey, yes, I am. I'm in love with that motherfucker. Cause that motherfucker changed my motherfucking life. I mean, shit, he was his he actually is the one that got me into all of this. I actually probably wouldn't be streaming like I am if it wasn't for Logic. Because when quarantine happened, he went and became a streamer, a Twitch streamer. Oh, you don't know who Logic is? Just look him up. He's a rapper. Very, very cool. Um, he became a Twitch streamer and he started streaming. And guess what game was blowing up at during quarantine? Among Us.
Oh, LOL. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. So he started playing games, and he got in the lobby with people like PewDiePie, Disguised Toast, Saikuno, Valkyrae, Jacksepticeye, like these old YouTubers and stuff that I used to watch.
I don't know none of them names. I ain't gonna lie
Yeah,
to you.
Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie are like big YouTubers.
I
Like,
do know PewDiePie's name.
yeah. Yo, what's up, Boa? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, staying hydrated. Yeah, you know, we're talking about mental health. You actually came in when I was talking about pretty much, well, you know, happy Mental Monday and happy Pride Month. Um, we talked about, I was talking about pretty much how I got into streaming and everything, I guess.
Yeah, and the love of his life, Logic.
Whatever, you Jason Momoa, Henry Cavill loving ass.
Ah! Don't out me. What the fuck?
What you out yourself? What you mean?
Not
Like,
Logic is that baddie. Okay,
hey.
oh my god. Not
but
all y'all being Logic lovers. Oh lord.
but yeah, no, I was talking about Bo. Like, pretty much, Logic is the one that got me into this. This is why I'm streaming. Like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him because of that when he played Among Us with Valkyrae and snoozing the ad. Thank you for showing that. Appreciate you,
Bro, his
Twitch.
music is fire. W. I do like some of his songs. I
Yeah,
do. I do
but
like some of them.
you know, when he played with Valkyrae and Saikuno and Toast and all of them, that's what got me into watching Valkyrae and watching offline TV. You know, that's what got me into everything. Yeah, literally, that's how I found everybody, and then that's what made me want to be here and doing this. And like, I always love making people happy, making people smile. It's one of the things that I loved about serving when I did serve restaurants, and it's one of the things that I still love about property management. You know, it has a lot of it could be but at least you got something good to look up for it. Like, I moved in 2 people today and they were happy. So
Love that.
I was like,
Have you heard of Corey Kenshin? Hell yeah. Corey Kenshin's
yes.
hilarious. I love him.
I didn't watch a lot of his stuff though back in the day or like recently either. I know he's an old YouTuber as well.
You know what gives me about Corey is like every other week, not every other week, every other month he's like, all right guys, I'm leaving, peace out, gone, like the Avatar, and then he's like, boom, I'm back. I've come back like the second reckoning. I'm like, sir, I need you to figure out what the fuck you're gonna do, because all this back and forth is not for fucking me. It's not for me.
What's up, Extra? How's it going? Hope you doing well, staying hydrated.
My arachnid loving friend, how are you?
Yeah, the gang is here.
But what do you mean by dumb stuff? I don't even know. I feel like I try to stay out of like all the drama with YouTubers or famous people because it's really none of my business unless they're like murdering and killing people.
Oh my god, I'm telling you, Danny, we have to have a podcast. There's so much stuff we could talk about. Oh my god, there's so many things to talk about. There's so many things, yeah, because people do get into some dumb stuff, and there's probably some dumb stuff that you don't know that's happened recently. Well, I think I told you, but you didn't know who she was from Stranger Things. Graduated in high school. Oh, okay.
Let's go graduate. Yeah. And podcast. Yeah, Dom is like, I used to have a podcast, and he was like, oh my god, we need to do it again. And then I was like, yeah, sure, like, yeah. And then we just never really talked about it. So now we're talking about it, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, because since quarantine, I talked about doing a podcast. Me and my sister were supposed to do a podcast together. So
what happened?
It's life. She got a boyfriend. And I was doing the streaming thing mostly with just like the gaming, because I was getting into that first because I was like, ooh, so now I'm actually trying and to get an audience and stuff, and like, so I was just having fun with that at first. Hey Christy.
Hi Christy. I get it.
Hope you're doing well, staying hydrated.
Yeah. Podcasts can be a little like time consuming coming up with content and figuring
out what you want
to talk about, especially if you want to be a niche kind of thing. It is a little difficult, so I understand that. And make sure it wasn't like you're like, girl, I could never have a podcast with her because yada yada yada. I go, oh Lord, the tea is spilling.
The tea is spilling.
The tea is overflowing the fucking cup right now. That's crazy. But yeah, no, I missed my podcast days a little bit. It was fun.
So we'll do it. We'll definitely do it. I guess this is kind of like the prelude to it all, you know.
Oh,
mental health. You know, the Mental Health Mondays is. But what I did say, I mean, nobody probably saw the announcements, but I've been talking about like, you know, things are coming. I told y'all that things were coming. So I definitely want to start making Mental Health Mondays a weekly thing. So I'm probably gonna stick to. I might do Mental Health Mondays on Kick next Monday. Maybe, you know. My mic is crisp. Well, thank you, Krista. Thank you. I hate sometimes that I forget when I move my head though. Crisp. Like you can it only is heard on like one side. I gotta remember that about this mic. It's the only thing I don't like about the mic. But that's all right.
Whenever I talk or I stream, I don't use my condenser mic because that's a lot to hook up. But I guess if we're going to be doing a podcast, I should probably use it, huh?
Probably.
But it's like a really good mic. Like it picks up everything. So
good.
And they're good and bad because that means you can literally like hear everything. Like if my phone were to go off, you could definitely hear it. Like
if Coda starts crying, we are definitely hearing it.
Exactly. Like you're literally going to hear everything.
I don't mind. I'm not really tripping, you know. It is what it is, you know. Same. You thought Bo disappeared?
Well, you know, life. But to be fair, I haven't seen Christy or Bo in the same vicinity for a while.
I just see you blowing up my Twitter feed with Tay Tay stuff.
Ew. Not Tay Tay.
The Tay Tay stuff. What? But yeah, like I said though, this is all just like, this is stuff that we're gonna start doing. I'm definitely still gonna be gaming, but I definitely want to start incorporating some other stuff, you know. Maybe even doing some more more. Yeah, that's Taylor Swift. Is why dare you so like that?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunate. But yeah, and I want to do some more workout streams too. So there's some things, but I'm glad that the mental health Mondays kind of appreciate everybody for being here, and I hope that anything that we're saying, just remember we are not professionals. We're just, this is just us giving our opinions on things maybe that
Yeah.
personally affected ours.
I'm definitely not a professional, but I go to enough therapy, so I just tell you what my therapist tells me. That's pretty much all I got to say. It's not me. It's my therapist. I no, some of it is just my opinion, but some of the stuff that I tell you guys is really like what my therapist tells me. So take it how you want. You don't have to follow my therapist. You don't follow me. I'll just give you some advice that has helped me. My nose are
Mm-hmm.
itching.
But yeah, so like this is all to help not only y'all, but hey, something that's said here could help us and maybe impact our life, and like something that we never thought about, like, oh wow, like maybe this is what I needed to like find that self-compassion or self-love, or work through whatever mentally maybe I couldn't figure out what was going on.
I love you too, Christy. And thank you, Nick. I sound like I know what I'm talking about because I
It's
struggled with mental health for a
experience.
fucking long time.
Yeah, Nick.
Fucking long ass time. And I
It's
just got medicated for all the shit that's wrong with me like a year or two ago. So I have a good idea about how a lot of it feels. I can't say I know exactly how people feel, but I definitely have been through a lot of shit mentally. Um, so it literally is just experience.
yeah, because me and see, she's gone through stuff longer than me. I've only been, well, I didn't start dealing with my mental health that I didn't know that I was dealing with. Oh dang, did the ad just go? I think I should have snoozed the, damn it. Are people in an ad? Hold on. If they're in an ad, I'm gonna wait.
Um, I don't know if they're not.
Cause I didn't know if it already went pre-roll off. Okay, good, because I know that wasn't her intention. Oh, okay.
I'm talking about a friend of theirs.
Yeah.
And she said there's no ads.
Oh, okay, cool.
Christy said, "Oh my God, one ad."
Okay.
Yeah, Oh, I was supposed
Oh,
to.
okay. Yeah, we'll wait for him. Cause I kind of lost my point. Shit.
Not 30-second ad, dude. Might as well add a movie. Oh Lord, the drama.
The drama.
The drama.
Oh yeah. But okay, so yeah. I've only been dealing with my mental health for like a little over 3 years now. But like I've been dealing with mental health probably since I was like 23 maybe. I'm 34 now and I've been dealing with, yeah, so maybe like 22, 23. What is going on at the bottom of my, that was weird. I saw a white fuzz on my stream. That was weird.
For me, I've been dealing with a fucked up mental conscience since I was like 8. So it's been a really fucking long road for me.
Yo, what's up, Cuzzo?
And it's cool to finally be fucking medicated and not a. You're not crazy. If you have mental health issues, let me tell you right now, you're not crazy, but you feel crazy. Like I felt crazy and I couldn't understand why I couldn't control my emotions, why I'd cry randomly. I didn't understand my hyper compulsion with certain things. And then you get to therapy and they're like, oh yeah, this is a symptom of A, B, C, D. And I'm like, oh wow, fuck. So I need medication, don't I? Yeah, you do. Okay, cool, great. And now, I function like you're a pretty normal human being. Extra, I didn't know what was happening in my mental health for a long fucking time either. I thought the way that I felt and the way that I thought was normal. And then I talked to somebody who doesn't have these issues, and they were looking at me like I had 3 heads. And I was like, oh, so this shit's not normal. Cool.
It's not
Awesome.
like you had 3 heads.
Literally, she was like, huh? I'm like, you don't, that doesn't happen in your mind? No. Oh.
And that's
So
when
this
she
is
realized.
amazing. And that's when I was like, wow.
She's
my shit is
unique.
not normal. Yeah, in the greatest way.
You know?
Brain fucked up, but it's fine. We're better. We get better every single day. Every single time. And medication for me very much helps. Not everybody needs it, but I definitely need it to be productive. A productive human being in society.
And y'all know, when I go say smoke, I'm going to smoke the greenery. That's all I smoke. I don't do any of the other bullshit. I do it because it helps my mental and it helps my creativity, because it truly does. And it's helped me. It's helped me through some tough times, as far as like, you know, when I'm trying to, in a way, I guess I'm gonna say an escape, but I don't let it become like an addiction. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm like smoking all throughout the day type shit. Like, no.
You mean you don't let it become a crutch?
Huh?
You depend on it.
Yes.
Like, you don't let it become kind of crutch. Like, it's not something that you depend on to facilitate your happiness. You don't draw your happiness from it.
Exactly.
I got diagnosed with anxiety at 9, and that explained a lot because I have such a hard time staying calm. I live literally. Oh my god, my anxiety is like, girl, through the roof. I've gotten better with it. I actually don't get medication for my anxiety. I do get medication for my ADHD and depression. So, but literally, just I had to learn a lot of tactics because I psych myself up a lot, and then I will give myself a panic attack. And I also had to learn like my triggers. Like sometimes I can't do certain things because it will trigger that. Oh my god! But once I got diagnosed with ADHD, dude. So my therapist was like, oh, well, you have this. Like part of ADHD is that it's not really a lack of being able to pay attention. It's a lack of being able to dictate what you pay attention to. And so she's like, sometimes you can't focus, or sometimes you hyper focus, or you, what's the other word she said? Like you have compulsion issues. Like you will be compulsively obsessed with something, and then something else you can't pay any attention to. And it just, everything that she said clicked and made sense. Like I'm like, oh, this is why my past relationships didn't work. This is why I couldn't control it just all made sense. It all fucking made sense. And I was like, oh my god, this whole time I could have like been medicated and normal. What the fuck? But I just thought it was like normal people did that. I thought I was fine, but when I saw a reel on IG asking if you're okay, my tears started to flow. Ask yourself why you started crying.
Exactly.
Write down. What my therapist likes to do is she likes to tell me to sit down and to write out how my body reacted and what it made me feel like and what I thought was the reason why I felt like that. It's super helpful. It's kind of uncomfortable because you're like, what the fuck? But it's really helpful. Dude, someone will tell me to do the simplest things, and I will ask over 10,000 questions because I want to do it perfectly. And if I mess up, I will cry about it 10 years later. I have a control issue, so the best way that I can say to kind of deal with that is to start letting yourself be imperfect. Like when something allowing yourself to mess up, right? To ask 999 questions instead of 1,000. It's a slow process and it really sucks. But as someone who has control issues, you kind of have to challenge yourself because that's what you're used to. And for me, being in control is a way to make sure it's for me, being in control is my safety mechanism. No one can hurt me if I control every single outcome. You need to be kind to yourself and know that it's okay to not be okay. And even when you reach the point of loving yourself, there will still be days when you're where you may not feel that. And it's okay and normal, because if you think about it, you would have thought of yourself poorly and retracted that pathway in your brain countless times. So of course your brain would sometimes try and fall back into patterns it's used to. Completely agree. Makes complete sense. Seeing the science behind why we fall back can help with the acceptance part. I definitely. And that's why I try to tell everybody to be grace. Give themselves grace, because we developed these thought processes and things for a reason. Like I I started being a perfectionist and a control freak for a reason, to save myself so that I wouldn't get hurt, right? So obviously it's going to be something that comes back and is repeated when I feel like I'm in danger of having my feelings hurt, or I feel like I'm in danger of uh, being used again, or anything like that. So definitely. Being a people pleaser plus a perfection and having anxiety OCD is not a good combo. That's a lot together.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
that's a mighty combo you got there.
Um, my therapist also says that I do people pleasing, and not in like the way that I'm like everyone has to love me, but like I I'm the kind of person that I watch people's body language and how they react, and then I try to say what I have to say in the way that I think they will be most receptive to it. Like I'm always thinking about how someone else will receive what I'm saying. And sometimes she has me do this exercise where she goes, "How are you feeling?" And then I say, "Oh, I'll like try to explain it." She's like, "No, no, no. Talk to me like you're talking to yourself. How do you feel? Like don't sugarcoat it. Just fucking say what you gotta say." And that's the first thing to learn about the people pleaser. I think you gotta start talking to yourself like real time, not like, because in my mind when I have to tell somebody something, my internal dialogue is already thinking about how I need to talk to them or how I need to say it to them. Just say it out loud how you thought it in your head. That's like the first way. At least that's been helpful for me. Yeah.
See? We're learning so much today, y'all. We're learning how to love ourselves. We're learning how to deal with ourselves, deal with what we actually have going on inside of us. I feel like that's always the main thing that you want to focus on, is just figuring out those things that can help you, by also remembering to maintain your happiness. Because if you're not happy, if you're not pleased with yourself, then like Danny said earlier, you're gonna attract what you speak, what you identify with, and what you like speak on. So you really have to just
The law of attraction, whatever you put out into the universe, you receive. Um, Still self-loathing. It's so hard sometimes to like get out of your own way. Oh my god, I have to sneeze. Hold on.
huh?
Woo! I had to
Oh.
sneeze. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze in the I'm gonna sneeze in the mic. It's gonna be so loud. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Um, Self-loathing is hard. I can't tell you how many times that I woke up. Not so much nowadays, but how many times I woke up and I looked in the mirror and I was just like, I don't get it. Thank you, Extra. I don't get it. Like, I don't get what people see. I am gross. I'm like, just like terrible things about myself that even other people probably would never say to me. And I think, like, you missed it earlier, but what I said was, you need to start thinking and talking to yourself like you're not yourself, but like you're your best friend or your little brother or yourself as a child, and talk to yourself how you would want to comfort them, how you would correct them, right? Because I feel like oftentimes we're so much more lenient, so much more giving, and give so much more grace to other people than we do to ourselves. So start looking at yourself as somebody different, as somebody else, as somebody who you want to be, and then talk to them like you would want to be talked to. You know what I mean? Like, take yourself out of the equation and pretend you're somebody else, and then talk to yourself. For me, it's been super helpful to think about what I needed to hear as a child and how I would have talked to myself if I was that child. It's so hard to figure yourself out when your mental is a salad. Yes, agreed. Self-confidence. Yeah, that don't know what that is.
Yeah, well, that's you gotta find it, but and you
Girl,
will, you know, like
let me tell you, I'm faking it till I make it.
you know what, y'all will get there eventually. Okay, it's all part of the process. It's all part of the journey. You know, I built a lot of self confidence. Hey,
Yeah,
there you
I
go.
think that a good way that I've built self-confidence is I'm confident in my capabilities, right? Some people are confident in their looks. Some people are confident in like, um there's like cooking skills, whatever. I built it on, like I said, on what I know I'm capable of how I know that I am a good person or that I'm a thoughtful person, that I like to, um, you know, people find me funny. I'm confident enough. I'm confident enough. I'm fucking hilarious, right? So finding one thing, right, that you can be confident in, and that can help build your confidence in other areas of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm. And for me, that's gaming. Like I feel so good when I'm gaming, and you know, y'all hear me get like mad sometimes, but you know, it's just the gamer in me, okay? It's just the gamer in me.
I'm like, damn. Okay, Sally. Um, I'm
I've,
gonna be honest. Okay, to be honest, Yuri, we're here. Um,
what is? Oh, okay.
been trying to find it for 18 years. I can't. I'm 20. I'm about to be 28, girl. I have been searching far and wide. Okay, for fucking confidence. It comes like it's a constant battle. It's a
It
constant
is.
state of working
It's
towards that, right?
you have to work towards it. That's all it is. It's slow. It's a slow process. You're not gonna. It's not. There's no fast process to this. You take
Definitely
it
not.
at your own pace. Everybody takes it at their own pace, whether that be very slow, leading up to it one step at a time, or you know, doing it all then and there. Whatever it
Yeah.
is, you just kind of have to find what works for you.
Progress is not linear, and there are some tips that I could offer you guys that have helped me in the past when I'd gone to therapy. Um, like getting really involved in my hobbies that I think that I'm good at. Another thing was I had a therapist who told me whenever you wake up in the morning, find one thing that you like about yourself. It could be physical, it could be spiritually, it could be emotionally, and be that the thing that you think about that day about yourself. So like for instance, I one day was like, I really think I have great lips, dude. The whole day I was like, dude, my lips are busting today. I put my like nice lip gloss on. I was like, girl, these lips are scrumptious. So you know what I'm saying? Um, so definitely just try and find one thing every single day that you actually enjoy about yourself, or even if you don't enjoy it, that you don't hate about yourself, right? Even if it's not love, not hating it is a step up from hating yourself, you know what I'm saying? So like gradually get to that place. It takes a while. It takes a while, trust me.
You're
I've been finding
you're good,
techniques to.
Nick. You're good. Yeah, he
I didn't
said
sound like I could go on.
he said you're good. You're
I
good.
mean, I mean to be fair, he did mention gaming, so you're not off base there. I mean,
Exactly.
we just kind of moved on from your point.
Exactly.
Sorry,
Okay.
I
Yuri
shouldn't.
said I bottled my emotions from everyone because I was so used to not telling people my problems, and that's why I don't tell people my mental issues. And I've been so alone to people not being there for me. And see, and that's the thing. That's the thing that we always, you know, you always wanna, me especially. You know, I always say this is a safe space. Like, I want people to feel comfortable and be able to connect and feel like they have someone to talk to. You know, like you're
Mhm.
not alone. Like everyone who thinks they're alone, they're not. They're just they have to. I feel like you just have to conquer that thought in your mind of saying I'm alone, because you're not. There's so many people that are going through just as much shit as you are, and the growth that they've got could be where you're at, could be what they're progressing to, or it could be that they've finally gotten to the point where they're at their point where they've conquered their mental health as far as like being on the journey. Like me, I feel like in a sense I've conquered my mental health, but I've only done it, I feel like so much, cuz you have emotions, you go through things, feelings are going to come up. And sometimes you can't do anything but just let them come, because you have to feel it. We're humans. We feel our emotions.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
For me.
and that's okay. It's okay to feel your emotions. Like, we all go through it. You're not alone. There's always going to be somebody out there that you can talk to, relate to, and just get you in just a better space.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna say that I recommend finding someone that you feel like has gone through your situation and overcome it. For instance, for me, I am a plus size woman who has been dragged through the mud her whole life for the way that she looked, right? So I found this girl on TikTok. Her name's Alicia. She's so cute. She's plus size and she has a smoking hot ass husband, dude. Like crazy hot husband. Sorry, excuse me. And so I was like, in my head, right? I thought, I'm so fat, I'm so undesirable. No one will ever love me. I can't find anyone. I like am undeserving of this. I'm undeserving of love. I don't deserve nice clothes. I don't deserve nice things. Right? All of these things that people would say that um what's the word? All these things that people make you believe about yourself because that's the thing that they projected on you based off their own insecurities. Yeah, that. I found her and she was like, I'm beautiful and I wear what I want and this is my husband. And I was like, damn, bitch, I'm trying to get like you. Right? So watching her inspired me and been like, no, girl, she went out here, she got her a fine ass man, she does a nice ass house, she does nice things, she has nice clothes, she had like, you know what, she has opportunities. And then I let that be a thing. Like when I would get myself down, I'm like, look at somebody else who's in the same position that you and or used to feel the same way as you and look how their life turned out. Like, oh wow, it's so awesome that she was able to like get over all the insecurities that she's let everybody else build up about themselves. Because if you think about it, if nobody really talks shit about people being short or people being fat or people, no one would have any kind of complexes about that. But because it is a societal thing where people do talk about people like that, everyone has some type of complex about themselves. But remembering and holding yourself to a place where you know who you are and that whatever you look like or whoever you are outwardly is not indicative of the person that you are personally, it's super helpful. So just finding people that help you think through things or help you feel good. Anybody who's on your timeline that makes you feel terrible, dude, like cut them off, unfollow, unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Like nobody is what's the word I'm looking for? Nobody is
I bet it's worth your time.
entitled,
Yeah.
right? Nobody's entitled to you, your time, your energy, your spirit
Yeah, it's
out willingly to people that you think deserve it. And if they don't fucking deserve it, then you take it away. It is a privilege.
yeah, that's why you just I try to stay away from negativity, man. Like, I can't have somebody coming in and messing up my this feeling I feel. Like, I'm feeling good, I'm happy. You're not gonna come around with me with all this negativity, especially like I'll say for an example, if you come at me and you're saying all these negative things about how things aren't working out, but it's like you're not really you're not giving it time to work out. It's like it's gonna, you keep telling these people, like, or you keep telling like, it's gonna work out, or just do it, just have fun with it, don't think about stuff too hard, because when you think about stuff too hard for the wrong reasons, that's why sometimes it's just best to have fun with stuff sometimes, like, and just let things happen as they do. That's what I'm doing. I just let things happen as they do. I have fun, I come on here and stream, I talk to y'all, I game. I'm here for a good time. Anything that you guys contribute or anything, I appreciate it. It's never needed. But y'all know, anything I told y'all, anything that is done here was gonna go towards streams, into building this. Y'all are a mess.
Because I'm reading I'm trying to listen to you, but I'm reading their shit and I'm laughing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck?
But yeah, I'm just pretty much. I'm just saying, like, just sometimes you just gotta let things happen naturally, and just not pressure things to happen. And I kind of forgot how I led off to that, but anyways.
I'm sorry, I was really trying to keep it together, but I'm like reading the interaction and I'm like, oh my god.
No way, because Christy said something earlier. My personality is, oh damn, I keep trying to read and the chat goes down. My personality is a bit sensitive. Like, someone can say something really nice about me and my mind won't believe it, but when someone tells me talk shit, I take it to heart. I don't know why I let it bother me.
Thank you so much for bringing this back, because I wanted to make a comment about this. I wanted to tell you, listen, I get it. People used to make comments about me all the time. Like I said, I was a thick girl. I was like developed since like 4th grade. Like, I had a grown woman's body since fucking 4th grade. So people like to talk about me. Like, they like to talk about me my whole fucking life, right? So this is what I had to start telling myself. They don't pay my bills. They don't buy me clothes. They don't buy me food. They don't care about me, right? So why the fuck should I give 2 fucks what they got to say about me? They're not. I think what we need to start doing is, like, sometimes overthinking it helps, right? So for me, like, thinking about, no, they don't do shit for me, and if I drop dead tomorrow, they don't really fucking care. So why should I care about anything that they have to say about me, to me, right? It's just, to be honest, right? It would be different if you felt like this was your friend, or this was a person that you cared about, right? If this is a random person, they don't do nothing for you, and in fact, probably in the next 2 years, you won't even talk to them or know them. Right? So they're really insignificant in your whole entire life. And if you have to tell them that, like, oh, thank you for that, but you're really insignificant, and I probably will never talk to you again. Like, those are things that you have to start getting, like, because you're my parents, and I hate when I say that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel I do that to Dom sometimes. He'll be like, "Oh, you're so beautiful," or "You're so sweet." I'm like, okay, yeah, you guys say that. You're my boyfriend. But also, you have to understand that, like, people don't say that, like, people don't say that if they don't actually mean it, right? Like, obviously, if he really didn't think I was pretty or, like, funny or whatever, he probably wouldn't fucking date me. So, like, we got to be honest with as much as our brain will tell us negative things, we also have to, like, logically tell ourselves, like, if I was really that ugly, will my parents sit here and boost my head like this? My mom is like, my mom is a acquired taste. She'd be like, "Oh, you have a beautiful soul. You're so lovely." And then I would have known that, okay, I'm a lovely person, but I'm ugly as shit. But so, like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes people tell you what they want to hear, but also at the same time, if people repeatedly, not just like tell you like randomly, but they repeatedly tell you things all the time, they probably believe it. I have no
yeah, I have no clue how to take compliment. Oh, and oh, what did hold on. Wait, push, yeah. I'm just trying to make sure we touch everything. But yeah, when you say you push everyone away, I mean, that's normal. That's just your mind, like, trying to block you from healing. And for forgiving yourself as well from things that you might have done in the past, you know? Because you feel like shit. Because you feel like you're not worthy or you're not worth it. But it's not true, man. You wouldn't be here talking to us, chilling, having the times that you have, us chilling yesterday, watching a movie like we did on Community Day. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not fake. I'm not a fake person, you know? I guess you really have to know yourself to say that, but I know I'm not a fake person. I like to be true. I don't like to lie. That's the type of person I am.
I don't know. Y'all know how I feel when I feel it, because I say what the fuck I mean, and I mean what the fuck I say. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's to my betterment, and sometimes it's to my detriment.
Mm-hmm.
But I, in my way, Yuri, I feel like part of it is that you, like you said earlier, you never had someone that you felt like you could rely on, and that the people weren't there for you, and you pulling yourself away from people, I think, is also a part of a way to protect yourself, because in the past people have let you down and they have shown you that they aren't reliable in that way, and so you can't hurt if you don't have anyone there to hurt you. And so you have to also understand that if you don't allow people in so that they won't hurt you, you also don't allow people in who can help you and love you and show you care and guide you and show you how a relationship, platonic, romantic, whatever, is meant to be. Just like I like to say this, if we didn't have shitty times, right? If there are no opposites, you don't know what something is, right? If there's no hate, you don't know what love is, because that is just the standard. We have to have shitty times and have to have good times in order to understand what is good and what is bad. It's kind of the nature of things. There always has to be an opposite, and we always have to experience an opposite to understand. You know what I mean? So, really, you just have to give yourself grace, and you have to really like allow yourself and open up yourself to the ability that you might get hurt, but then you also might get someone who really loves and cares and cherishes you.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I mean,
Let me go back up. Sphinx also said something.
oh, okay, yeah.
It's hard to accept positive things that people say as well when you don't believe it yourself, and it's hard to accept and love ourselves. Yup. That's part of the reason why I said, like, start talking to yourself how you would talk to others, because I think that sometimes when we take ourselves out of the equation, it's easier to be kinder to ourselves.
Mm-hmm. And it just all it comes back into circulation, just loving yourself. That's why you just got to get to that point at some point, and you just got to work towards it, and it'll come. It slowly but surely it will come. It doesn't happen overnight, doesn't happen quick, and don't expect it to. Everything is a process, everything is a journey, and you don't just get stuff that unfortunately we can't just all feel okay, all the time.
Yeah, I'll be trying to. I swear to God. Yeah, I had no idea how to take compliments. I'm also really bad at taking compliments. So this is all you have to do. You hear me? Thank you. I appreciate that. Literally, that's it. That's how you take a compliment. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. That means a lot that you just told me that. You don't have to believe it, right? All you have to do is say fucking thank you. That's how you take a compliment. And I feel like people don't tell people that enough. Oh, well, it's just, you like, oh, you have to be humble. Oh, it's just that I did it. Shut it. They take the fucking compliment, bro. Literally, all you have to do is say thank you. I appreciate you acknowledging my efforts, depending on what they're telling you. Like, thank you. I appreciate you seeing all the hard work that I've put in to making this piece the best that it can be. I appreciate you seeing my effort. Like, that's literally it. You don't have to be like, I'm ugly, okay? If someone says, oh my god, you look so pretty today, you can say, thank you so much. I did take a lot of time getting ready, so I appreciate you acknowledging that you think I looked good today. And it doesn't have to be anything about you. It literally does not have anything about you. That's how you start taking compliments. Is by literally just saying thank you. That's it.
True,
And that's all you have to do.
Very true. Very, very true.
I'm sorry, I'm reading fast through like the comments that actually need like an answer.
Slay.
No.
I mean,
Oh
comments. I just
man.
think that they're just joking. Well, see, that's because you haven't found your self love yet, man, and that's okay. But
All
remember,
things
just
considered.
remember, take the tip. Just say thank you, appreciate that. You know.
Exactly. Even if they joke, if they're joking, right? If you say thank you so much, I really appreciate you acknowledging all my hard work that I've put into making and creating this song. If people find out they're joking, they look like the dickhead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if somebody is saying something as a compliment and it's fake, right? If you genuinely express your gratitude and your thanks, and then people find out or they're like, "Oh, you were joking," right? It makes them look like the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it's fake, right, just accept it. Because at the end of the day, that doesn't affect the way that you look. You know, you accepted it with grace, you were nice, you were kind, right? And that's the only thing that you can only dictate how you respond to things, right? You can't dictate what happens to you, but you can dictate how you respond to it.
And Tina M.
That's crazy. That's really great. Thanks, Ghostly. Bo, I'm dead as hell.
All
um,
right, yeah, but I think we can conclude this one right here, and because it's kind of getting late, and I kind of want to get a little bit of gaming in that I have left. I think we cut. Did we catch up with everybody? We caught up with everybody, right?
yes, I'm pretty sure I said you were a good singer, not a decent singer. People usually don't lie about stuff like that, especially singing, because if they gotta listen to you, and if you sound like shit, I'm not listening to you. That sounds bad, but it's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. I'm gonna tell it how it is when it comes to that. Like, look. You get the facts. You're gonna get the actual factual for me.
I don't know if you. I listen. If you see my face when somebody's singing, you already know how the fuck I feel about it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be the same. I'm gonna be. Yeah. Yes, my whiny ass voice is God.
Oh Lord. Okay, sir.
All right. Okay. Okay. We'll take. There you go. Yes. There you go. See. Yeah. Yeah. Your voice. See, your voice actually is good. And whether you think
I
it's
mean, you've heard me
whiny,
sit here and rag about Taylor Swift, dude. After everybody said that they love her, if I don't fucking like it, I don't fucking like it.
and, and that's
So
how it is. This is chill. Oh my god, I'm glad. See. But like I said, we're gonna try to do this every Monday. So if Danny, if you want to come back, you're definitely welcome. And
I'll come back if the people would like for me to come back.
uh, it was pretty good. I'm glad y'all liked it. I'm glad y'all liked it. We're gonna try to do this every week. Who knows? Maybe we'll have some other guest stars at some point. I like her older music. Not a fan of the new stuff. Understandable. It'll be here every Monday. I hope. Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Oh, I love that so much.
I'm glad y'all
Okay, let's
enjoyed it.
not. I'm not gonna bash Taylor today. I will be on my best behavior
Oh,
because you're here. I will not try. I will be quiet.
gonna be here every
That's
Monday.
awesome. I'm
Good.
so glad that you guys liked having the mental health Monday. I know that Dom was really excited to do it, so I'm so excited that you guys felt that it was good and that you enjoyed it.
So when I'll do this now because we're gonna
Arf.
arf. I know. That's what I laughed at. The arf.
There's 3 Swifties here, Danny. I know I'm trying not to puke, and I told you I'm being on my best behavior. Don't bring it up.
Let me fix my chat back over here. We aren't barking. We are barking here, man. All right.
Understandable, extra. Thanks for stopping in.
I have to
I
do
know.
my school paper though. See if any games want to be show. Okay, heard. Take care, extra. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, we're about to get into some Diablo. I'm gonna let my cousin know that we are done, so I can let him know so he could join this voice chat. The voice chat. Let's see. Love you too, Extra. Have 30 plus questions to answer. Sheesh. To go to sleep because it's 5 a.m. Bye. Good night, Christy. Thank you for being here. Lady Yuri. Appreciate everybody.
Good night, Yuri. Good night, Christy.
I'm gonna play some Diablo, Bo. I didn't play it all yesterday, like at all. So
Yeah, I dictated his day
I
yesterday.
got
Sorry.
to catch up. That's all good. Still a good day yesterday. I mean, yesterday was community day too, so I wasn't tripping. Diablo time. Boom, boom. You do my little switcheroonies. Oh, there is drops active on. Oh yeah, I need to update that command. There's drops going on in Diablo. So if you guys watch, let me see. Let me pull it up. I'm lost. I found it. Okay. There it is. Okay. So if you watch for 3 hours. Oh, Chrissy said goodnight. Danielle, if you saw. She said
Good night.
She said
I
goodnight
love you
earlier.
too.